Okay, hi guys. In this video we're going to make some crew for my catapult.
Scruffy Crow.
So this is the catapult I built. You can see this in this previous video here. I built this completely from scratch, but he needs some crew. And the easiest way to match him with the rest of my dwarves is to make them out of the rest of my dwarves. I've already done this conversion, and this was more of a just for fun conversion. But I think he'll do as one of the catapult crew. I don't think there's maybe a little bit of green stuff around his hand there. But other than that, he's ready to defend the crossbow from all comers. So then we just have 3 more guys. I'm going to have 2 guys, and they're going to be holding... These 2 guys here are going to be holding winding spanners for these notches on the edge of here. And this guy is going to be holding some ammunition. This guy is one of the spearmen, but all I've done so far is removed his spear. So just snip, snip, snip. Dead easy so far. I think I'm going to start with the guys holding the spanners. So we're going to remove the crossbow off this guy. Alright, we started with a pilot hole drilled through this guy's hand, and then gone in with the big drill bit and made a nice big hole through his hand there, and I can neat that up with a knife in a second, and we're going to do the same with this one. Okay, so I've got a nice starter hole there, and now I'm going to go in with the big guns. As you can see on the top, this is just stripping away where the crossbow used to be and just leaving his exposed hand. And in the middle there, between his 2 hands, you can see that's distorting that plastic out. So that'll be dead easy to remove. This is taking me quite a bit of time actually, because it makes my arthritis flare up, which is the reason why I tend to use my my handy drill. So there we have it. There is the hole drilled straight through where his hands used to be. His crossbow used to be. We're also going to want this quiver that needs to come off. Okay, so next step is going to be to get the knife and neaten up these models and prepare them for their new weapons. Alright, now these guys are partially cleaned up, ready to set their new weapons. It's time to make their new weapons. So I want these to be, I think, as long as this should do. So we'll do the length of this. And we want it to sort of fit around there, which is, yeah. So I'm just gonna want that kind of shape. So I think that's more or less what we're gonna go for. All right, I'm gonna start off with my snips. Okay, so there's my rough shapes. Next step is I'm gonna take them down a little bit further with the knife. Being very careful not to cut myself again. At the moment we're going for this roughly symmetrical spade shape on both of them. So I'll do the other one now. Okay, so my spade shapes are looking pretty sweet. Now I'm going to use my file. And this will be the main tool I use to finish these off. So I'm looking to make this handle kind of square. So I'm going to keep filing this down until I've got sort of a square haft and then a spade end on them. So my next stage is going to be to take the emery board, and I might try and find a fresh one actually, and I'm just going to polish the fronts and the backs and just make them into a nice uniform shape. Okay, so I've given my 2 little things a nice file and polish, and we've got the sort of square ends, and if we're going to imagine this for a moment is the heads of these things, and I think what I'm going to try and do is I'm just going to test, if we take off a corner halfway, that's what we want. That's the look we're going for. There we go, that'll do. Same on this one. Alright. So now, we've got my 2 little neat lollipop sticks. I'm going to try and use this file on the rough edge here to try and carve my slot. So I'm going to keep it in line with the handle. So that's how it started off. So I'm just going to keep going like that until I've got a slot all the way through. And there we have my 2 super long engineer's spanners. I'm happy with the way they've come out. and to give them to my super short engineers. There's the first one, and then the second one. This might be a bit trickier, and there we go. So I use the dab of plastic glue, my favourite Revel one, on his hand and on the base there. That's nice and stuck down, and then I just threaded a bit in there. This guy's all but done. I might put a little bit of green stuff around his hand, but might not even bother. This guy needs to have his armour repaired, where I took his quiver off, and some green stuff there, so it looks like it's actually coming from underneath his arm rather than from out of his elbow. That'll be easy to do. So I'm going to put these two aside for now, because they're basically done. And this is going to be the slightly more involved conversion. Now, I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to do this. I'm just going to kind of make it up as I go along. I'm going to start by removing both his hands and his crossbow. So we've got a bare front. Okay, I think that's the last little bit of green stuff done. So I've smartened up just any little bits where I've carved away on these guys. Sort of smartened up their elbows. And I think they're looking pretty cool. And then on the last guy, I've carved away all the front and his arms. Stuck a little pedal on that I found outside. And then we've just green stuff in some little hands. Possibly not my best work, but I can smarten that up a little bit. Just green stuff in some little hands, fairly basic sculpting, to give them carrying the rock. So now we just need to get some paint on these guys. Alright, and here are my conversions. All painted up to match the rest of my army, and base the same as my catapult. So there's my little pair of winders for on the back. The guy holding his stone, a little guard. I'm really happy with the way they've turned out. Because they're made out of the same models as the rest of the army, they of course are going to match in perfectly with the regular spears and other units. And yeah, I'm really happy with the whole unit. If you didn't see how I made the catapult, check out this video. The whole video on how I crafted that. And that's all for this video. Please let me know what you thought down in the comments. Maybe subscribe for more. And as ever, thanks for watching. Bye.